All right, and we're back. This is episode 172 of the Taproom Podcast, and I'm your host, Mike. Got a good one for you this week. Got Dustin Baker from Roadmap Brewing out in San Antonio. And I know I've talked about it a little bit, after we recorded and stuff, back in earlier this month. Oh, was it April? Yeah, I think it was actually late April. But yeah, it's been a busy few weeks. But yeah, no, it was so much fun. And Dustin was, man, a master of his craft. And, I love how, when we're talking about like how much like Roadmap, like, and everyone were working there, and like he said, they don't have, that many employees because they care about the product so much, care about the beer so much, and care about what Roadmap is. And it's awesome. Like, like the beer was great. I didn't get to try the coffee, but I mean, it smelled amazing in there. And it was just really cool. And hearing all the stories about the tanks as well, and all the different tank names and all that, I had a blast. So Dustin, I just wanted to say thank you, man. I really appreciate you. I can't wait for you guys to listen to the interview in a few minutes. But yeah, for now, I'm up in Munns Park, beautiful Munns Park out in Arizona. When you think of Arizona, you really think of like the mountains and stuff like that, and the woods and all that. But out here in Munns Park, man, it's about 20 minutes south of Flagstaff, maybe 15 minutes south of Flagstaff, and it's beautiful. And the pine trees and just a beautiful weather, just awesome. And obviously great beer in Flagstaff. I got to record with Dylan Prater of Mother Road Brewing out over there in Flagstaff. And man, it was so much fun. We had just a hell of a time. Some great beer. Their Tower Station was phenomenal. Their Daily Driver, the Arizona Lager. Oh gosh, man, all of them were so good. We were actually out in the ATVs. Oh, not the ATV, but the Razor. I don't know what you call them. I guess it's like, they're like I don't know what to call them, but it was really fun riding around the trails and stuff like that. We had a blast. I'm sure someone will roast me in the comments for not knowing what those are called. But yeah, no, it was so much fun. Man, so just it's always nice to just get away, especially for like a nice long weekend. Work has been so crazy, so it's nice to kind of get away for a bit. Let's see. The Canadians and the Hurricanes are tied at 1 apiece in the series. It's going to be a good one. My Avs blew it the other day, so they're down 2-0. Not looking good. But, I mean, you never know. It's not over. And if McCarr can come back, hopefully, we'll see. But, yeah, I mean, if they can steal, they can win 2 in a row. I mean, this team's capable of it. So if they can do that, can make this a series. We'll see, though. Baseball's going on, good stuff there. Shout out to the Brew Witches. They are out in Milwaukee. They got to see the Dodger game yesterday, so shout out to them. Glad they got to get out there and see a win. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to keep this intro short because I'm going to go make a coffee right now, and I'm thinking I'm going to put some banana pudding moonshine in there. You know what? It's my last day here. Fuck it, right? All right. Well, before we get into the interview, if you'd like to support the show, you can. There's multiple ways you can do that. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, you can. It's taproompodcast.dashery.com. I just ordered 3 new ones because, yes, I have to pay for my own shirts. And then also, if you don't have the money and you can't spend, I know money's tight right now for everybody. You can also go on to Apple or Spotify or wherever you're listening to it, YouTube Music or anything like that. And you can give this show a 5-star rating, or you can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, stuff like that. Another way you can support the show is if you've ever thought about starting a podcast and you've just been like, I'm not sure, like, I don't know if I can do that or anything like that, dude. It's too easy nowadays to say, like, to not do something like that. And Podbean makes it super easy for me because I do everything by myself. I go, drive to these places, go record, I pay for all my equipment, try to get sponsors and stuff like that. And they help even with that. So, and they sponsor this show. So if you wanted to start your own podcast, you can do that by going to podbean.com/taproompod, and they'll give you 1 month free. Podbean gives you all the tools you need, the analytics, the stats, and all that stuff. They can put it on every platform for you as well. So definitely, again, if you really want to do something, if you ever really thought about trying this, you can go to podbean.com/taproompod. Again, that's podbean.com/taproompod, and you can support the show that way. All right. Let's jump into the interview. I hope you guys enjoy it with Dustin Baker of Roadmap Brewing out in San Antonio, and enjoy the episode. Stay tuned for the outro. Cheers. All right, guys, we're back in the tap room, and I'm your host, Mike, and I have a very special guest on the show today. I have Dustin Baker of Roadmap Brewing out here in San Antonio, Texas. How's it going, man?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yeah, thanks for coming on. Like, literally talked yesterday and got it all set up.
It worked out. I had some free schedule, and here you are.
Love it, man. So before we get started, I'm having, you said it's the new pale ale. What's the name of this one?
This one's Lost in the Woods. So it's almost 100% Talus hops.
Wow.
It's kind of a seasonal one for us. It's actually Kim, our head brewer's, like one of her favorite beers and hops. So,
okay.
But it just got packaged yesterday, so it's nice and fresh.
Ooh, no, it's delicious. Well, cheers, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you again for letting me come down here. That's tasty, and the lacing on the glass, that's gorgeous.
Thank you. It's the details, right?
Oh, yeah. It's always about the details. Before we jump into your journey, I want to tell you how beautiful this facility is.
Thank you. Yeah, it's evolved over the last 8 years since we opened, but largely the bones of it are the same. We took over the building and gutted it, and then slapped a brewery right in the middle of it.
I love it. That's awesome, man. So tell me how it all started for you.
Yeah, so about 9 years ago, I was a middle school teacher, actually. So I have my master's in education.
All right.
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I lost a little bit of faith in the system. We actually moved down here from Pittsburgh for a teaching opportunity for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I taught down here for a year and kind of looked around. I was a little frustrated and looked around at what else I was passionate about. I was a home brewer at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, 9 years ago, there really wasn't too many breweries in town here.
Yeah.
And there certainly, I would argue, still isn't really too many that are set up like us.
Yeah.
We kind of say we're, in a loving way, we're the least San Antonio brewery.
Okay.
Because we kind of modeled this space and our business model after the West Coast and the East Coast breweries that we loved attending, and particularly some of our favorite ones in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So I kind of quietly wrote the business plan in secret, took it to my wife, and then she was like, okay, maybe we could do it. So then I rewrote it 12 more times. And a couple months later, took it to my dad, more of a formal to get him on board as an investor, and got him on board. And then we spent the next 10 months looking for a location.
Yeah.
Kind of jumping into that. The whole time I was just brewing beer in my garage, or actually my sister's garage.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm just continuing to try to plug away. And then when we opened, it was me, my wife, Hannah, and then one other employee, Chris, who's now our general manager. But we were doing everything. So I was brewing in the morning and then bartending at night, a lot of 16-hour days.
I bet.
And then we did that for a while until we finally brought on a couple more staff members, but we're still pretty lean.
Mm-hmm.
We like it that way.
Yeah. It's got a little less overhead.
Yeah, less overhead. We got high quality people, not high quantity.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really proud of the fact that we've had in our industry virtually zero turnover.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of employees that have been here for 4 or 5, Chris for 8 years, which is pretty unheard of, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, because there's constant turnover, I feel like, in the industry, especially beer tenders, stuff like that, or just general managers and all that. But man, that's cool. It shows the family dynamic.
Yeah. It's been really cool. We try to give them enough lenience that they can kind of make this place their own. It's not I think one thing that when we first opened Roadmap, it was I had to wrap my head around the fact that I'm no longer Roadmap. Roadmap is the people that work here, the people that come here. And that was kind of a harder thing to understand when you're a home brewer is you're so proud of your beers, but once you open a brewery, they're not your beers anymore, right? They're everyone's beers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a transition, I think, that happens whether you like it or not.
Oh yeah, for sure. And clearly you make a fantastic beer. So
yeah, we pride ourselves on quality here for sure.
Oh yeah.
We kind of run the gambit on styles. We have on our main bar, we have 14 taps of beer. On the coffee side, we have 7 taps. And we try to, cater to all the different styles of drinkers.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily brew to style as much as we think about occasions or the type of person who's going to be consuming it.
Yeah.
I know that if you ever have the opportunity when you're in Seattle, Adam Robbins is one of my idols in the industry, and they always say they brew glass backwards, meaning they start from where they want to consume the beer, and then they work backwards from there. And we kind of do a lot of the same here.
Okay, yeah, it's deconstructing the beer, I guess, in a way, like reverse deconstruction of the beer.
Yeah, I mean, occasionally we will get, some new ingredients in,
Yeah.
and we were like, oh, this could be fun to do something with. But like, ultimately, I think we're really trying to think of the end consumer and how's the beer going to be enjoyed.
Oh, I love that, man. And because I was curious about the name, like, I was like, okay, so you were living in Pittsburgh, you moved down here. Did you guys drive down, or was it like?
So I actually did drive down twice, but that is not the origin of the name.
Okay, tell me about it.
Yeah, so I think everyone thinks it'd be fun to name a brewery until you actually have to, and you start Googling stuff, which I should have asked. Is swearing okay on here?
Oh yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah,
because. Yeah, I think after Googling a couple of our ideas, we're like, oh, that's taken, or it's somewhat taken, or, and I got off the phone during the business plan process with an architect. Yeah. And I was a middle school teacher. I'd never talked to an architect before or thought about anything. I got off the phone and I had this really serious moment of, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I wish there was a roadmap to open a brewery.
Oh.
And that one, a quick Google search, and it wasn't taken. And I was like, you know what? There is no roadmap to open a brewery, but we're making our own. So
I love that.
Yeah, it's funny. My minivan, which I am a minivan dad, has Roadmap as my license plate. And so many people who don't know that I brew beer for a living or anything, they're always like, oh, you really into travel? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I like travel, but it's actually the brewery I own. So
that's cool, man. And so you opened up, was at, it's 2018?
Yeah, 2018, September of 2018, we opened up. That was a wild time to open a brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, we opened up in 2018, largely with a lot of the same equipment you're still seeing here. We're a 7-barrel brew house. Still sell about 95% of our beer in this building, which continues to be our plan. We can still grow it within this building. Yeah. We do some mild distribution. But we opened up with 9 beers on tap and have never fallen below 9 since. So constantly pumping them out. We did like 84 different brands last year.
Wow.
Which is a little exhausting on the marketing and the brewing side.
But. Oh, I bet. Yeah. And what was it like back in 2018? Like when you, like day one, you open up the doors and you see someone enjoying your beer.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is a weird thing for like to try to get across to a home brewer sometimes. It's like, most home brewers are like, oh, my friends say that this beer is great. But like at a certain point in the back of your head, you're thinking like, yeah, they're my friends. Like they're going to. But actually, our very first customers was at our soft opening, and they walked in the door, and they didn't even realize they were walking in the door. They just were walking down the street, and there was three girls who walked in, and it was like, "Oh, how long you been open?" And we were like, "Literally right now. You're our first dollar." Yeah. And they drank the beer, and it's like it's a very cool experience to get to see people enjoy what you do. And I think it's an interesting combination because we're such like a third space for people that I do see so many faces in here that I recognize and stuff, but that doesn't mean I know them. Yeah. But I feel like I know a part of them because they choose here as the place to sit and enjoy their beer, of course, and have a good time. So I don't think that ever gets old, if I'm honest. To see strangers essentially choose what you do for a living as a way to spend their free time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can imagine. Like, I've only ever done like one collab, but I mean, to see someone, drinking a beer, like, oh, it has the Taproom on it or something like that. It was really.
Yeah, it is crazy too. I mean, it goes the other way too, if I'm honest. I think I've reached a point in my career where we have enough like accolades and stuff that I don't get too bogged down. But man, those first Untapped reviews and you're just hawking them and you're like, oh, what if Jimmy from Tulsa doesn't like this IPA? And what is 3.2 stars? And then it's like, at the end of the day, you have to realize that people's tastes are different too. So can't get your feelings hurt too bad.
Yeah, but I mean, there's something to that though, because there's times when people will they don't like a certain style and then they'll rate that style. It's like, then why, don't do that. Like, rate the styles that you do like. Yeah. Because people don't realize like that can really hurt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the number of times that like someone will be like, it's okay for an IPA. I don't really like IPAs. I'm like, well, why'd you order it? It says IPA on the menu. We didn't hide it underneath like a light lager category.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's on the menu. So, but yeah, I mean, you grow some thick skin, or maybe, I don't even know if thick skin's the right term. I think you just learn to brush it off a little easier as your career goes on in the beer industry.
Oh, yeah, I think so. And I wanted to ask you too, because even obviously being here in San Antonio, so you guys opened the brewery in 2018. When did you guys move here?
So we moved here in 2016.
Okay.
So I got the teaching position August of 2016, and we moved down here.
Okay.
And then it was basically 2 years later is when we opened up Roadmap.
Okay. And how long have you been homebrewing at that point?
Not very long, actually. I've probably been commercially brewing twice as long as I was homebrewing at this point.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've always had, I think most of our brewers in our industry have a bit of an addictive personality, for better or worse.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you get into something, you dive right in.
Yeah.
And always want to learn. So, yeah, I remember when I first started homebrewing back in Pittsburgh, there was a brewery there called Grist House.
Okay.
They did, like, for Pittsburgh Beer Week, they did like be a brewer for a day.
Oh, that's cool.
And so my wife bought that for me, and like I went in and I was like so excited.
Yeah.
And it's really funny actually, because we're hosting a beer festival here in June, and those guys are coming down, and they're some of my like closest friends in the industry now. Is those guys at Grist House, and I'm like, man, they were geniuses. They made me pay to go do their work. Like, what a genius plan. But yeah, so I was diving straight in, and like almost as soon as I got that homebrew kit.
Sounds like you might have to adopt that here.
Yeah. Right.
Get some free labor.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with free labor.
Exactly. So, okay, so you've been doing it for that long. I was curious. So, like, living here for you said about 10 years now.
Yeah.
What's, like, when you first got here, was it like, hitting up all the craft breweries? Because I'm always curious what it's like in a specific city, or like even a specific state, for that matter, what the scene is like down here.
Yeah, San Antonio is probably behind the curve nationally for sure, and maybe even within Texas, if we're being perfectly honest, behind Houston and Austin, and even the DFW area's got quite a few more in the quantity category for sure. When we first moved down here, there was really three.
Oh, wow.
There was a fourth one and a fifth one that were kind of like in quick works. A brewery right across town, Kinsler, opened, a year before us, and they were kind of in the planning process, same as us. And then we had, after us, we had maybe 5 or 6 open.
Wow.
And then, unfortunately, we've had probably 6, 7 close in the last 2 years, which kind of leaves us in this weird situation where, we're not in the grand scheme of things, we're not a large operation, but we're one of the largest operations in town.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, so we host a craft brewers conference next year in San Antonio. We were supposed to back in 2020, and then 2020 happened.
Yeah.
And
so it's going to be here next year?
Yeah, it'll be here next year.
Okay. Well, I will be here then.
Yeah. So we already got, we've got one happy hour planned and a bunch of, it's a little stressful, but
I bet. Yeah.
We're the closest one to the convention center. We're probably the largest tap room that's indoors in the city. So, but yeah, I mean, it is interesting how, back in 2020, the scene was very different. And then it changed. And then it seemingly changed. I think 2024 or 5 was probably the worst year for San Antonio. And a lot of breweries closed for a lot of different reasons. But it has been cool to see the ones that have lasted, are solid, and producing great product.
That's great. I mean, it's always hard, obviously, because they're the brewing community, just the craft beer community in general is so close knit. So it's really great to see, like you said, the solid breweries kind of grow and expand, but then you feel bad for, the ones that have to shut it down.
Yeah, and I think from my perspective, it's always the toughest. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer on the podcast, but it's always,
I got you.
Talking about breweries closing, it's always toughest for me, someone on the inside, just to watch some of the outside perspectives, and it's like, oh, well, it's because their beer was bad, or
that's terrible.
And that one, I always have to catch myself not to jump in the comment section of hey, dude, there's a million different things that you don't know about any of this. So it's at the end of the day, it's people behind the brewery that lives are changed when that stuff happens. So I'm not sure how many breweries are in the works right now to open for one reason or another. I know of at least one brewery that was pretty deep into planning that decided to pull out in San Antonio. So come this time next year, I think for CBC, we'll probably have the breweries we have in town here. I don't think any more will open. I'm pretty confident that we've got a pretty strong foothold in for everyone who is open. So
well, I'm stoked for that, man.
Yeah,
I'm stoked to come down. This is my first time ever to San Antonio.
Yeah. This is a good time of year to come, and it's a little humid out for us right now, but don't come in the summer. It's too hot.
And you guys aren't far from Austin either, right?
No, yeah. So from where you're currently sitting, you're probably about an hour to like downtown Austin.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No. Some of our closest friends in the industry, we've got 2 friends coming down for that beer fest I was talking about in June.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we've done several collabs up there.
Love it. All right.
It's a nice little place for me to go on vacation if I'm on like a little daycation for some breweries because we're so small knit here. Sometimes it's hard for me to like go to a tap room and not be bothered.
Yeah.
Bothered's probably the wrong word, but can't sit in the corner and just enjoy a beer.
I got you.
So you go up to Austin where there's 3 times as many breweries. It's a little easier for me.
Oh, there you go. That's good. So we talked about some of the other breweries. I know I mentioned off air, like Back Unturned and stuff like that. And you said there was another one, but there was a story that you told me off air.
Yeah. So Back Unturned opened probably 2 years after us, and they're about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile away.
Okay.
One real turn out of our front door.
Yeah.
And then about 2 years ago, Idle opened up in between. So Idle Brewery and Beer Hall, I think is their full title.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of years ago, my dumb ass had this idea to pitch to their 2 head brewers. The idea of three brewers do 3 breweries with 3 beers in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So we started here at the Roadmap Bar. We chugged a 10-ounce pour. I'll admit it was a 10-ounce. It wasn't a full pint.
Okay.
So we chugged a 10-ounce beer, and then we ran out the back door over to Idle and chugged a beer there, and then ran, from Idle to Back Unturned. It's maybe 200 feet.
Okay.
And then we ran that last 200 feet, and we all successfully completed it under 3 minutes. I will admit that Ben, the brewer at Back Unturned, he's 6'9".
Wow.
So he took like maybe 4 steps between the breweries. And he did it in like under a minute flat. There's a social media video we did that, kind of blew up locally at least.
Yeah.
And our head brewer now, she was supposed to be like the trailing camera to film us. And of course, she could not keep up. So,
okay.
But it's really cool to have some other breweries in the neighborhood for sure.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, dude. I love that. I'm curious, like for like styles or like trends or like what do you feel like is consumed down? Because I know like Texas is, for a long time it was like the Lone Star beer, the lighter stuff. Do you see those kind of trends still down here? Or do you see like, at least obviously you being, owning the place, like the different style, more one style being consumed than the other?
Yeah, we're definitely still a light city for sure. Our top selling beer is our pilsner.
Okay.
It won gold at JBF in 2022.
Oh,
3.
okay.
It's definitely a beer that we're very proud of, but it's also our top selling beer, which doesn't always happen, right?
Yeah.
Which is really cool. We kind of have a joke that we're an accidental lager house. We didn't set out to brew lagers, but like they do sell really well here. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's like 100 degrees for 6 months of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So we do see definitely the lager, the lighter styles do go fast. In the hoppier range, hazies are still king. And so our pilsner, we're a bit of an anomaly. Our pilsner is our number 1 by a pretty wide margin. And then after that, it's like hazy, and then West Coast after that.
Okay.
It's really tough to get people to drink a stout or something really malt forward.
It's understandable
when it's hot out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we kind of try to run the spread a little bit. But yeah, at any given point, we've got 3 lagers, probably 2 of them are lighter options, and then 3 or 4 IPAs on tap.
Okay.
And I think around town, that's pretty much how it is as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. I love, like a lot of times, like there's times I'll go to a brewery and the first thing I'll order is the lager or the pilsner because I know if that's good, then everything else is probably pretty
solid. Yeah. I agree 100%. I'll be honest. I've reached a point in my career where now I get sometimes I try to explain this to my parents. It's like, you're not supposed to judge a book by your cover, but like sometimes when you're a brewery owner, when you walk into a brewery, you're like, the attention to detail on everything. You're like, I know that I should not order a lager here. And that's when I'll usually order an IPA because you can hide a multitude of sins with hops.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I agree. If you can do just a simple pilsner or even a light lager extremely well, you're doing everything right.
Oh, yeah. It's funny that you say that, like, the judging a book by its cover, because I told you off air, like I do like essentially like risk management kind of for the insurance company. But I tell people like when I'm training them, like in underwriting, we have like we're told as kids not to judge a book by its cover, but we have to.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if something looks like that, then it probably is that.
Yeah. 100%. So you mentioned you won, was it gold for GABF for the pilsner?
Yeah. So, all right is our.
I love that. From McConaughey.
Yeah.
So Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'd actually never seen the movie until it became a long running joke. That beer was our top selling beer before it won.
Okay.
And I'd never seen the movie. And it became like a running joke. It was like, oh, I'll watch the movie when it wins an award. And then it did. And like you honestly, you never think you're gonna win an award. And like we've been fortunate enough to win some pretty big ones.
Yeah.
And like I was like, oh, I guess I gotta watch the movie now. And so we hosted the first time I ever watched the movie was here in the tap room.
Okay.
That week after we won, we did like a Wednesday movie night and did like $3 all right.
Oh, I like it. Okay.
It was still one of the cooler moments in the tap room is when McConaughey says that line and this whole place was packed watching a movie and it was like, oh
yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, so we've won for that. It's another cool part is we've actually won for several different styles. So we have another GABF medal for a Kentucky Common, which is in the historical category.
Yeah.
World Beer Cup for a Franconian Ratsbier, which is the fancy words for like a red lager. So
man, that's cool.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, it's always good to get a little bit of vindication or validation from validation's probably the right word. Validation from your peers and stuff.
And what was it like hearing your like Roadmap Brewing for the first?
I mean, the first big one we won was World Beer Cup in Minneapolis, and that was pretty cool because I was there with my dad. It was just the two of us.
Okay.
And what was funny about that one was I was sitting with two of my best friends in the industry, and I had to go to the bathroom. So I was leaving for the bathroom, and I was literally at the door leaving the auditorium when they said late night polka party, Roadmap Brewing, and I like heard it. I was like, "That's my beer."
Yeah.
And I turned around, and one of the guys I was sitting with, Trevor, who owns Pondicetta up in Amarillo.
Okay.
He's 6'7" redhead, so he sticks out in a crowd. He was coming to run. He was dead sprint up the aisle to come pull me out of the bathroom to go. Yeah. And I was like, "No, I heard."
Yeah.
And sprinted down and went on stage. It's a pretty cool experience. And then for GABF, when we won that gold, we were actually here in the tap room watching it with all the other brewers in town. Wow. And I mean, it's a really cool feeling. But at the end of the day, you get to see a medal and you get to hang it up. And, we hang ours up on a dog statue we have up out there. We kind of have a phrase. We take the beer seriously, but not ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool feeling. But at the end of the day, you go back to work on Monday and you brew some more beer and you try to win some more.
Oh, yeah. And, and like, because you mentioned earlier about like like you said, like home brewers have like that addictive kind of mindset, but I also feel like they have the perfectionist mindset too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because it's never good enough.
Yeah. I think the day that you're content with what you do is the day you should retire. So, and I think that's true for any industry, but particularly the beer industry. There's always ways to get it better. We had the terrible misfortune, I don't know, maybe 16 months ago, of dumping a lot of all right. But it wasn't up to snuff. That's what you got to do if you want to continue to keep yourself to the standards.
Oh yeah, and it's like you said earlier, like quality over quantity.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, and I get it. Like I get how sometimes people have to, put that stuff out. But if it's not up to snuff, like you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I have something I say a couple times when like homebrewers or I've been on some other podcasts. It's like, if a professional brewer tells you that they've never dumped a beer, then it's one of two things. They're lying, or two, they should have dumped a beer.
Yeah.
Because sadly, things happen. You're dealing with a lot of variables here. And then you're right. There is a bit of a business side where sometimes you have to rush a beer and you don't want it to. And then, but you have to have some sort of standards.
Yep. 100%, brother. So I have a segment I wanted to actually. Oh yeah, we'll do this segment, then we'll grab another beer. If that's okay.
Yeah.
This segment's called the 4-pack.
Okay.
So the first question in the 4-pack is, what's one beer that never leaves your fridge because you're always restocking?
Oof. I mean, am I allowed to say my own beer?
Yeah,
honestly, I pretty much always have All Right in my fridge at home.
Okay.
I will caveat that with like a little dirty secret in the beer industry is that a lot of us brewers don't drink beer at home. We drink wine and whiskey.
There it is.
But yeah, I do always have All Right in my fridge at home. So.
Man, that's so good. The next one, I know you were a teacher before, so I'll ask you this instead, because I was going to ask, if you weren't in beer, what would you be doing? But what did you want to do as a kid?
Jeez, I probably wanted to be like a baseball player or something.
Because I saw you were wearing the Colts hat. So I was like,
yeah.
You're from Pittsburgh and you're a Colts fan?
Yeah, I grew up in Indy.
Okay.
I grew up all over the East Coast, but I was born in Indianapolis and a diehard Colts fan.
Okay.
My oldest daughter's name is Peyton. I should give you a little bit of an idea.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah, I grew up more of a baseball player.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly, I think we all kind of end up where we're supposed to be. I don't know what the hell I'd be doing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did love teaching. I miss the kids at times, but I have two of my own now, so
yeah,
I get enough of that.
There you go. No, yeah, the reason because I was asking that question because like when I was a kid, I thought like working at Blockbuster or like a comic book store would be like the greatest job of all time.
That sounds pretty awesome. Honestly, my answer to your original question, not like what I wanted to be as a kid.
Yeah.
Someone asked me earlier recently, it's like, I want to be an IKEA engineer.
Oh, okay.
Like I love building shit.
I love that shit
like
too, dude.
Legos and stuff, like therapeutic and like either Legos or IKEA, just like building things and then giving people instructions to do it. That would be like, I don't know what they make, or I'm not Swedish, so maybe I can't be one. But
it's funny you say that because I love building that stuff, but I've never thought of like that being like a job. But,
well, yeah, I think there's like 4 people who get to do it. I think.
Yeah, and it's like it's called like Quirtle or whatever. Yeah. There's always like some random name. But yeah, I love doing that stuff too, dude. Like anytime like a buddy gets a new dresser or like my roommate gets something, I'm like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like don't bother me, but I'll do it. Like just let me do my thing.
Yeah, let me spread it out across the floor and let me build it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So maybe if this all goes south, I'll just task grab in a bunch of IKEA furniture.
Oh, I love that, dude. Yeah, but Legos too. I think that's a really cool answer. Yeah. If you get to collab with any brewer, question 3 is, if you get to collab with any brewery in the world, who is it and what would you make?
Man, we've had the fortunate, like we've collabed with some pretty cool people. Or I mean, maybe less known sometimes, but really cool people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to say Urquell, like Pilsner Urquell. And just like, I don't even want to collab. I just want to go and brew Pilsner Urquell with them in Pilsen. And just, that'd probably be my answer, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, man, that'd be fun. Because I love, like, my brother and I, like, he's like such a hothead. I am too, don't get me wrong, I love IPAs, but we clash. It's like, I love Pilsners and he loves, just IPAs. And it's like, I'm always saying, like, dude, like, once you find the right Pilsner.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many answers to this question. It's like there's so many cool breweries out in California or in Seattle or Pittsburgh or New England.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said about a brewery that's been doing something for hundreds of years, and they've done that thing, right? And like they have not only perfected it, they are continuing to evolve it. Everyone's still chasing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could throw like something like I had a pint of Guinness yesterday, and it's like that's pretty cool that's like, that's what they do.
Or even like I always say, like with macros, like it's still like what they do. Like it may seem easy to the consumer, but on the outside, that's extremely
you want to make
difficult.
A bunch of brewers really happy, just fill a fridge up with like Banquet.
Yeah.
It'll be gone in no time.
Oh, no doubt. Last question. We just talked about the IKEA thing, but maybe you have a second guilty pleasure. What's a guilty pleasure you secretly love or not so secretly love?
Yeah, I think the Legos is not so secret. If I'm honest, if you look behind both bars, there's Legos built behind both bars.
Love it.
I'd say I'm like a huge sweet guy. I love candy. I have candy hidden everywhere in my house. I'm also, it's hard to say, I'm a pretty open book, but I am also a girl dad, a proud girl dad. So it's like Taylor Swift.
Awesome.
I'll rock out to some Taylor Swift.
There you go.
So I guess I don't feel guilty about any of these pleasures, but
yeah. That's awesome though, dude. What your candy? Like what's
I'm more of like a chewy or sour candy guy. So
Okay.
lemon heads, love lemon heads. They're not chewy, but they are sour.
Okay.
Or like Sour Patch Kids,
Yeah.
Starburst, anything like that. Right?
Oh yeah, that's the way I was as a kid. Occasionally I do love a good payday.
Okay, yeah.
Or like whatchamacallit.
All right.
But yeah, it was Starburst and Skittles as a kid.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, one of my daughters is all about chewy candies like me, and then the other one's hates them. And so when we travel, I always get gummy bears. I get gummy bears in the airport. I don't know, it's a weird thing for me. And then I have to like hide it from my one daughter because she'll just eat them all.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you mind if we grab another beer for us?
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
All right, we're back. We got the beer. We're having this is the Kolsch. It's called the dry hop Kolsch called Float On. And I did get the reference right. It's a Modest Mouse song.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Man, I really love the glass, dude. The logo's
Thank you.
super sweet.
Yeah, we've had the same logo for 8 years, and then somehow we got the phrase "all roads lead to beer" before anyone else. So.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
like, what? Oh, yeah, because I saw it underneath the logo.
Yeah, in the brew house there.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'll admit I'm actually not drinking the beer that you were drinking because I do not like Kolsch. It's a that's why we're all allowed to have our tastes.
Oh yeah. Dude, I'm all over the spectrum. I mean, the only stuff I really don't drink is I used to love sours.
Okay.
I just don't drink them as often anymore.
What's your feeling on smoke beers?
If when they're done right, they're great.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't have them very often.
Yeah, I've started to enjoy them. I think what I realized is that I drink them very slowly.
Yeah.
And then so it's like great for like social settings when you're like, oh, I want to have a beer, but not maybe 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, for sure. Even like, has the trend hit here where like the super, super light stuff is coming out too?
In like light ABV?
Yeah, like because they're doing like the 2.5 to 3% out in California.
It has hit a little bit, but I mean, not that much in the craft scene here.
Yeah.
I wish it did, actually. We used to do, we stole the idea from Dancing Gnome in Pittsburgh. They do what they call petite IPAs.
Oh, okay.
And so we did a beer, we called them tiny IPAs.
Yeah.
And actually, it was one of the more fun marketing ideas I had was each beer in that series was a line from Tiny Dancer. So the first one was Blue Jean Baby.
Oh, I love it.
And then the next one was LA Lady.
Oh, okay.
And they were 3.3% IPAs.
Oh, I love that.
They sold terrible. So
okay.
we had to scratch the idea. But so I wish that trend would kind of come here because I think that's what us like brewers would love to be able to just crush 10, 3% beers that have a ton of flavor. But.
And you're still okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about getting hammered at the end of the night. But it was like a perfect segue because I want to ask you, what are some of your favorite styles to brew and or drink?
Yeah. So I think West Coast IPAs is probably my favorite to drink.
Okay.
I do still, I mean, I've talked about lagers so many times on here, but I think that's still one of the more fun things to brew.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a weird answer because there's not a lot to it.
Yeah.
But there's so much to it at the same time. I think that the way you have to just baby a lager through the process is so different as compared to just throwing a ton of hops or stuff at it. But yeah, I also say my number one, like my deathbed meal will be buffalo wings and a West Coast IPA.
Oh yeah.
The way that the bitterness just accentuates that heat. And so I still love, I've fallen in love with like the quote unquote West Coast pills.
Yeah. So good.
We kind of blur the lines here with like what's a West Coast pills versus a cold IPA versus a dry hop pills versus I would probably argue it's all marketing. But so yeah, to brew, I like the simple stuff. I think it's fun to really show that like the simple can go a long way.
Oh yeah.
But for consuming, I admit I do lean on the hoppier side.
Okay. Love that. I'm the same. I mean, as much as I love, like I do love a good lager or pilsner, but like the West Coast pills, because it's light, you can have that's so, like something light and crisp, but you still get that hoppy finish is perfect for me.
Yeah. We did our 6th anniversary beer was a West Coast Pilsner called Full Send. God, we need to rebrew that beer. That will probably come under a different brand, but I loved that beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. So earlier we talked about the different breweries, like some of the ones that closed and like, how maybe some people didn't on like think like, oh, and people would say like, oh, it's because the beer wasn't very good, but there's other underlying issues there. What do you feel like is the like the hardest part of running a brewery, or like maybe something that's just really people underestimate?
Yeah. So I mean, a little side story before I answer that is that, like up until February, I was on the board of directors for the Texas Brewers Guild.
Okay.
And I was pretty passionate about this type of stuff is, with breweries and planning and talking to them about like what you're doing and what's the long-term plan. And the sad truth is so many breweries that opened and or closed in the past 10, 15 years were opened by home brewers.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being a home brewer, but I've told many people that if the only reason you're opening a brewery is because you like to brew beer, you should probably go work for a brewery, not own one. I think that at a certain point, you have to realize that you're running a business and that you're operating something that's much larger than beer.
Yeah.
Even if you're largely a distributed brewery, you're still a brand that needs to be managed and understand where your placements are.
Yeah.
And I think so many people that get into our industry focus so much on, I would just want to brew beer.
Oh yeah.
And that's great if like that's your job. But for me, my job as the owner is not to do that largely anymore. And so I kind of went on a tangent there and almost forgot your question.
That's okay. No, you're good. I love it.
Yeah, I like telling people it's like I still brew beer when I like if I really want to, I can kick Kim off the brew deck and it's like, hey, we're brewing this. I generally brew our anniversary beer every year.
Yeah.
Just to I'm more hands on with that. But at the end of the day, I think these businesses become a bit of a snowball that get away from you on the marketing side, on the cash flow side, on the HR side. And the beer is very much the reason for the business, but the people are what have to keep it going.
Exactly.
So,
and that's why I would say, because I've had some people like, oh, you should be more technical, talk about the technical side of the stuff. But yeah, that's cool and everything. But I'm not a brewer. Like, I love hearing people's stories.
Yeah. I mean, beer's a liquid. It's a pretty fantastic liquid.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I think what's so cool about it is that it brings people together.
Yeah.
And when people come together, pretty cool things can happen. And so that's when breweries really succeed, in my opinion.
100%.
So,
yeah, that's awesome, dude. And so I love that answer. I'm just but the next thing is kind of more a funny thing.
All right. No, you're
steering into it. But this one's called situational beers.
Okay.
So which do you feel is best? So it's pool beer / beach beer, shower beer, golf course beer, concert beer, or airport beer. Or you could add your own. And you feel like I'm missing one.
So I will say shower beer was on there.
Yeah, shower beer is
pretty solid. But God, I love an airport beer.
Oh yeah.
An airport beer. The airport's the only place in the world that no one judges you, no matter what time of the day it is.
I've never thought about that. That's true.
You can have a 7 a.m. flight and drink a double IPA, and everyone's like, "Well, he's got a 7 a.m. flight." Like no one judges you. And so, like with an I'd probably gonna go airport beer because you're either really excited about going home, or you're like drinking your misery away about your vacation ending. Yeah. So airport beer of that list for sure.
Okay. All right. I like it. Oh, I want to ask you real quick. You mentioned like Buffalo Wings and a West Coast IPA.
Yes.
Like the spicier the better, or what do you kind of feel like?
So we were actually just talking about this at the bar yesterday because we were trying to figure out who does the best wings in town. I said my house.
There it is.
So I'm a very traditionalist. So I like buffalo, not lemon pepper or anything like that.
Yeah, same. I like that.
I prefer like medium to hot. Well, hot to hot, but not like burn your face off.
Yeah.
For my 34th birthday, actually, I did the hot ones challenge.
Oh,
I invited a bunch of people. We actually did it in the event space over here.
Love it.
And I don't necessarily need to do that again, but I kind of want to. It was fun. It was an experience. But yeah, so I'd say hot to like, hot, I guess.
Okay. Oh yeah, me and my brother, we constantly like, even though we're older, I'm 39 now. He's going to be 36, and we still like we love heat for heat, but we also like if I make my own like wing sauce or like my own salsa, or I'll make it like super hot, but it also has to have flavor.
Yeah.
I hate I'm not going to make something just to burn your mouth.
I think my rule of thumb is like I like my wings hot enough that I don't have to sign a waiver.
Yeah. That's a great way to think about it.
It's like if they ask me to sign a waiver, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll go a step below that.
Oh, okay. No, but the hot ones thing, that'd be fun.
It was a lot of fun. Me and two of my good friends made it to the end.
Okay.
There's a video of me somewhere, like we're all just cussing at each other, like, why are we doing this? I used to think like the actors and all the people who do that show are like acting. They're not.
Yeah.
I can 100% tell you they're not.
Okay.
It is hot.
I love it. So next thing, obviously, it seems like you guys have built such a great community here. So, I mean, I'm just curious, like, how did, like, obviously, like, what is, like, what role does the community play into your brand? And, like, how do you, like, I mean, I'm sure, like, you built that intentionally. You want to have that place where people can congregate. Like you said, it brings people together.
Yeah. I mean, we're extremely community driven. It's kind of hard to explain in some ways how that happens because I don't remember if it was on air or off air beforehand about how Roadmap isn't me, right? And it's not just our staff, it's not just our beer, it's everyone who consumes it, and that shapes all the time. So a little bit of it is just trying to build a space where people feel comfortable to be themselves.
Yeah.
And approachable, and will be willing to come to you. You know, we do run club, yoga, we do all those things that are more structured community events. But I think one of the cooler things is like, hey, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pop up over here with 12 of my friends. Or tonight there's a Spurs game. Go Spurs, go. It's like, we'll probably be packed in here at 8:30. And because someone just wants to be around someone else who's like-minded. So it's really hard to explain what a brand is sometimes. It's almost a feeling. And I think we have so many cool people who would have never met each other had they not all just decided that this was a spot that they wanted to come hang out at.
It's awesome.
So,
dude, I that's why I love this industry so much, man. Because everybody just wants, like, everyone wants everyone to succeed, but they want to be able to give someone a place to come, not feel judged. They can come down and hang out. Like, I've had, like, a couple buddies, they'd be like, you going to the brewery by yourself? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm just going to hang out. And if I happen to have a conversation with somebody, cool.
Yeah. So a lot of, we moved here 10 years ago and we opened this 8 years ago. So it's not so really surprising that like most of our friends we know through this place. And one of our good friends, actually, once a year, they throw a crawfish boil. And it's a big thing.
Okay.
It's like
I like it.
60 to 80 people at their house. It's about a mile from here. And this past year, you know, in the past couple of years, we've basically given them a bunch of beer for it. That's our contribution to it.
Okay.
But this past year, I realized I was like, if there's like 80 people here and 60 of the people, when you ask how they know each other, it's Roadmap.
Yeah.
And like, that's incredibly cool. And that's not lost on any of us, I don't think.
I love that, man. That's so freaking cool. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's great, dude. Next one was Taproom Tunes. So what do you listen to on a brew day?
So like I said, I'm not getting into brew all the time anymore. I have been on a bit of like a OAR, a nostalgia, 2000s vibe lately.
Nice.
I do like some pop punk when I'm working out, but then like new age stuff. I've also Noah Khan. We're going to see him in Denver this year. So like I'm pretty all over the place when it comes to music.
Oh, yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters, because I have 2 daughters.
There you go.
I don't really love that one, but the algorithm thinks I do.
Yeah, you got to put it in there for the kids, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Next one's called the 6-pack. So we had the 4-pack. These are more rapid-fire questions. So first one is lager or IPA?
IPA.
Okay. Hazy or West Coast?
West Coast.
Music or sports at a brewery?
Sports.
Okay. Favorite brewery outside of Roadmap?
I'm going to go with our mutual friend.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. That wasn't very rapid fire.
That's okay. You're all good. Favorite drunk food?
Taco Bell.
Oh, which order?
It's different every time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's different every time.
It's all right. Yeah. I usually, because I love about Taco Bell, like they'll have that box. You get a cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh, yeah.
You get a cheesy bean and rice burrito and like cheesy fiesta potatoes for like nothing.
I'm still like I'm crazy, just like white boy Taco Bell guy. And I'm like, Crunchwrap Supreme is delicious. And you can't talk me out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Doritos Locos tacos.
Oh, so good.
But I'm pretty sure every time I'm drunk, I order it on the app. I just press different buttons and see what arrives.
Dude, one of the coolest things I love about Taco Bell is like everything's customizable.
That
app is insane.
Well, we're in San Antonio. We're like, we have some of the best Mexican food in like the world. And I get into it with one of my good friends who's like, that's not Mexican food. I'm like, I know, but it's delicious. And I'm like, sometimes I don't want that Mexican food. I want my Taco Bell.
And at, 10, 11, 12 o'clock, it hits, it does its job.
Yeah, exactly. And it's there and ready in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. As a kid, it was a double decker for me.
Okay.
But then they got rid of it and then they brought it back and then they got rid of it again.
We just ordered, probably a month or two ago, we ordered Friday nights are kind of like our family night at the brewery. We hang out with friends, and we ordered Taco Bell and we ordered the Mexican pizza.
All right.
I hadn't had it in years, and I'm not gonna lie, it did not live up to my expectations.
Yeah. Sometimes we build it up and we're like, oh, it's gonna be so good.
So good. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
So don't order that if you're listening.
There you go. Last question in the 6-pack: if your personality was a beer style, what would it be?
West Coast IPA.
There it is. Love it. All right. Let's see. Actually, before we jump it up, I'm going to have a quick drink here. A few more questions for you. What if you could have one pint with any historical figure, celebrity, sports figure, anybody alive or dead, who would you want to have a beer with?
Oh man, it's so open-ended, but I'm going to go with like kind of a comical, which is Peyton Manning.
Okay. All right.
So we do a beer every year, football season.
Yeah.
Called Peyton Manning's Forehead. It's an Imperial IPA.
Because it's so big.
Yeah. So the tagline that literally says on the label says a big beer for a big head. And the reason I'm going to say that is I mentioned earlier, like my oldest daughter's name is Peyton. I'm a diehard Colts fan. I think he would love that joke.
Well, I'm sure he would.
And I just, that would be the celebrity. I would want to have not just any beer. I'd want to have that beer with him.
Yeah.
And just talk about football.
Oh, I could see him just sitting there like, oh, come on, Dustin.
Yeah.
You doing me like that?
Yeah. I'll show you the label afterwards, but it's just, it's what it looks like, It's the forehead that keeps going.
Oh, I love that.
So we've done that every year. We do it once a year for the start of football season.
Okay.
And we're going to continue to do it until I get a letter in the mail from him that says we shouldn't. In which case I'm going to frame it and put it in my autograph collection.
There you go. It's funny because I was talking to Will when I was at False, and there was a celebrity that they had put on their can, and they got that C&D.
Yeah, there's
wild.
Our top selling beer is all right.
Yeah.
There's we've gotten some questions about that, and I'm like, as someone who read his book, I think that he would understand. Like,
it was a great book.
Yeah, it was.
It was fantastic.
I recommend listening to it if I'm honest.
Yeah, I read. So I bought the book, I read it, and then I was like, man, but then I heard that he narrated it. So I listened to it after the fact.
We've got it on the shelf behind the coffee bar.
Oh yeah, it was Green Lights.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that was hearing his story, whether it was Dazed or going, was it when he was floating down the river and doing all that stuff? It was like, man, it's wild.
Yeah. So many people living some cool lives out there.
Oh yeah, man. This, even for you, for what you've built here, hats off, kudos, any other term I can think of, man, congratulations, dude. This is really cool. What you built here is awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I love the way it's built out. I always love the exposed brewery.
Yeah, that is one thing that sets us aside from most breweries in town here.
Yeah.
Which always kind of blew mine and my wife's minds, because most breweries in Pittsburgh are kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you paid for it, you might as well show it off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shiny stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. And he was when I was talking to Will too, and he was like, he named his tanks.
Yeah, our tanks have names too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've got.
What are some of the names?
So right now, the only one I can see easily is Tallahassee.
Okay.
And so the story behind that one.
Zombieland?
Yep. So that is our. So that's a tank we got during the pandemic that helped us package beer, which was the only way we could sell beer at the time.
Yeah.
So that was our post-apocalyptic hero.
I love that.
Tallahassee. Actually, our largest tank there is Wooderson, named after Matthew McConaughey's character in Dazed and Confused. We got that tank after we won gold, and we needed to be able to produce more of that beer.
I love that.
Then we got Hagrid over there is our little half giant.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some fun ones in there.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. Dazed and Confused, I remember watching that as a kid, and my mom probably didn't know I was watching it, but that movie was, it was just such a I mean, so I think it was like Richard Linklater that directed it, but it was such a like culture thing for me. I was like, oh man, it was so like it was.
Yeah, I mean, I think people like thought I was lying when I said I'd never seen it. Until 5 years ago or how many years ago it was. I was like, it held up pretty well. There's also a lot of parts that don't.
Oh yeah,
honest.
there's definitely a lot of it. Yeah.
Probably can't say that now, but
then you're not going to be going around with a paddle.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. So you guys have been open almost 8 years now. It'll be 8 years in September.
Yep.
Any fun taproom stories or even brew day stories?
I mean, I'm sure there's a million. There's a lot of cool stories that have happened in here. I'll say that actually it's fresh in my mind because we just did it a week and a half ago. So for the Masters every year, we actually build a 9-hole putt-putt course.
Oh, I love that.
Runs through the brewery.
Yeah. I saw you guys had the hat in the front. The
Roadmap
one.
The Roadmap Open. So it coincides with the Masters every year, and it's a 9-hole putt-putt. It runs right through the brewery. It's a little stressful because like when I say right through the brewery, I mean like there are tanks right next to you while you're putting. It's a really fun event, and I guess it was last year when Rory McIlroy won his first green jacket, and this place was 250 people in here. And when he missed that putt, man, this place erupted. It was crazy. Wow. Like, I'm not even a big golf fan, but I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. I mean, there's a lot of cool things that have happened in this building for sure. We've had a homeless man return a 2-carat diamond from a wedding ring or an engagement ring that I was like, oh my God, can I please buy you a beer, sir?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. I had plenty of engagements, a couple weddings. So,
man.
And then brew days, we hope they're uneventful sometimes, right?
Yeah.
It's like only a couple stuck mashes, or they're always on collab days or something like that.
Yeah. It's like, the rice holes doing their job.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Next one is your Mount Rushmore of breweries. It could be, you could do macro and craft if you wanted to.
Okay. So I said Pilsner and Kel earlier. I'd probably keep that on there. I mean, I think you got to throw Russian River in there.
Oh, 100%.
And let's see. Bell's is another one. I regularly say that Two Hearted was the beer that got me into beer.
Okay.
I still like drinking it. Just don't find it all that often around here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what? I'm going to go OG American. A lot of these are not very crafty, but that's all right.
Yeah.
OG American Yingling. I still think. So I went to high school.
It's still fucking good. Yeah.
I went to college in Pittsburgh, and I still think to this day I've drank more Yingling by volume than any other beer.
Yeah.
There was a bar that's closing next month actually that had $6 pitchers of Yingling.
Wow.
So we would just macho mug those all through college.
Oh, yeah.
So Yingling is still a fantastic beer.
Why not? Yeah.
So it'll get me fought in Texas to say it's better than Shiner Bock, but it is.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
My mom lives in Kansas, so like occasionally I'll go, because I mean you can't really find Yingling out in California, but I'll like when I visit her or I visit anywhere else, they usually have Yingling. So like anywhere north of from like Colorado on, they have it. So it's like anytime I go to a bar, like I'll order Yingling because I know exactly what I'm going to get. Yeah,
yeah. And I think that's a big thing is like, when you think Mount Rushmore of anything, I think of consistency and continue to be great. Like, I mean, no disrespect to any of the breweries who are absolutely killing it right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, we've got some fantastic breweries in this country right now.
Yeah.
But some of them are like 10 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been doing it for 200.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's impressive.
Man. And what if you did Mount Rushmore of styles?
All right. So I'd probably go West Coast. Okay. No surprise there. Pilsner. You know what? I'm going to throw a loop here. One we haven't talked about would be like ESB.
Oh, I love a good ESB.
Yeah. I studied abroad in London. Kind of fell in love with British styles for a while.
Okay. It's just the name that gets everybody.
Yes. Well, actually, we have our take on an ESB. We don't call it that. We call it an English pub ale.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Which is made up.
Yeah.
But I do love when people order it and they're like, oh, I love English pub ales. I'm like, yeah? When's the last time you had one? Because I'm pretty sure we made that up.
Yeah.
What? How many heads are there on Mount Rushmore?
4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So West Coast, Pilsner, ESB. You know what? We'll go New Age and we'll go with like cold IPA, which is kind of a cop out.
Oh, yeah. No, I like a good cold IPA. It's good stuff. Love that. Two more questions.
Sure.
If you could bring something back from when you were a kid that's not around anymore, what would it be?
Oh man, Tamagotchi.
Oh, dude, they're back.
Are they?
Yeah, my friend. Shout out to my friend Dre. She's a brewer at Homage in LA.
Okay.
She bought like 4 of them the other day, or like maybe a few weeks back, and I reached out to her. I was like, "Hey, how are the Tamagotchis?" And she's like, "They're all dead."
Yeah. I gotta get some for my girls.
Yeah.
They'll kill them too. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's something about. I mean, that was my first answer, but like, there's something about like the turn of the century. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's technology, but it's so simple technology. You know, like I find myself doom scrolling on my phone. I'm like, I could be doing like a crossword puzzle or something.
Oh
That's yes, technology, but like a little more simple.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I didn't know Tamagotchis were a thing.
Yeah, they're back again.
I knew Furbies were. And yeah, we're not getting those, but
Oh yeah, probably not. I do love occasionally because I will download. I think it's a Delta app, and I can play old Game Boy games on my phone.
Yeah. I actually still have my Game Boy Color. With the only game I have is the yellow version of Pokemon.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
No, and that's why now that it's on my, I wish it wasn't on my phone. Like I almost want to like get a second phone just because then like if I can put the.
I mean, smartphones are great, but like, also like we all need to step away from them.
Oh, 100%.
And press something that has 3 buttons on it.
Yeah, and then sometimes I'm touching the button on the screen and my phone just like because this thing is like a
So right behind you, we just added these 2 pinball machines. Like maybe. I don't know, 3 months ago.
The Flintstones.
So
that movie was so good when they released the.
So we've gotten way too into pinball lately, but there's something about like how there's not a ton of screens or anything, and so
dude, same.
The sticker or the pictures up on the corner there. If you score 1 billion points on the Flintstone one, you get your Polaroid on the wall.
Oh shit!
Ignore the fact that all 3 of those people are staff members. That means that we were playing way too much, but. Yeah, something nostalgic about that.
No, that's great, man. So this is the last question. This is a question I always love to ask. Well, at the very end, if you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be?
Oh, man. Can I just say Dustin? I'd say, see, you can tell it's been a while since I've been in an interview.
That's okay.
I don't know. I feel like transparent, maybe.
I can see that.
I think what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
And that's how it is.
I love that, man. I mean, and that's
better or worse.
No, but that's why like we should be. Like we should always be like unapologetically you.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, then like why? Like what's the point? Like you don't want to be real. You don't want to be someone
one of my I love closing on Ted Lasso, so we should stop the episode right after
this. I fucking love Ted Lasso.
One of my favorite quotes from that show is when Ted asks Jamie if he wants to be a giraffe or a lion, or is a zebra and a lion, and he goes, "Why would I want to be either? I'm me." And Ted's like, "I don't think you realize how healthy that is."
Yeah, that's like season episode 1 or 2, right? When he's talking to him, that show is so phenomenal.
My favorite television show of all time.
Oh, it's so good, and like. The only episode I ever thought that was just kind of weird was like the beard episode.
Yeah, that one in the Holland episode. Yeah,
that was a little different, but it was so like that from start to finish was so good. And like when Ted is playing darts, and he says,
so we have
barbecue sauce.
Yeah, so we have dartboards here, and we actually have a beer. It's a dry hop pilsner. Scored very well, and I think it was our 97 in Craft Beer and Brewing magazine.
Oh, that's awesome!
And the beer is called Be Curious, Not Judgmental.
Yeah.
And it has a QR code on the label. And if you scan the QR code, it takes you to that scene. And so you can watch that scene, the dart scene.
Yeah. Oh, man, this has been so much fun.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for letting me come down. And like I said, sometimes you get lucky and I'm like, oh, please, like somebody, please respond. like somebody from Roadmap respond.
You lucked out. I run our social media. So.
Yeah. No, because there's times when I reach out to, other breweries and like, I've gotten lucky where it's been like the day before once or twice. Actually, no, this would be the second time. The first one was in Florida. I just happened to reach out. I asked a buddy that lived there. I was like, hey, is there anybody in the area that I should talk to that you think would be fun? And he was just like, oh, this guy named Sky at Ailstone in like 30 minutes outside of Orlando. I was like, sweet, let's make it happen. And then I was asking my buddy Chris, who had been in San Antonio before. He's like, oh, dude, you got to hit up Roadmap. You got to hit up Back Unturned. You got to hit up everybody. I was like, all right, well, it's like, I didn't realize I was coming here till relatively
yesterday.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, I was like, I'm going to hit up somebody if I can, because I literally head to Houston tomorrow, tomorrow afternoon.
You driving or flying?
They have us driving.
All right.
Yeah, but I can throw on a podcast or an audiobook for that matter. Oh, yeah. This has been a blast.
Well, thanks for having me.
No, thank you. So everybody, if you're in the San Antonio area, like it's literally like, I think it was like a 10-minute drive from the airport, 10 to 11 minutes drive from the airport. Come down here. It's literally right off the 281. I think.
Yeah. We're one turn from the Alamo. So if you're at the Riverwalk, we're right here too.
Oh, the Alamo's right here?
Yeah, take a right out that door and walk for 0.3 of a mile. You'll run into it. It's very underwhelming.
Okay. I've heard the Riverwalk is cool. I was going to check that out today. So I'll have to hit that up. No, but you definitely got to come down here. Obviously, one thing I will say is people don't always understand the heart, like the sacrifice that goes into opening a brewery, because they just see the finished product. And for someone like you with your story, it's really cool when if I can ever do anything to showcase it like we are right now, like this is what I love about this industry.
Yeah. It's one of the best industries in the world.
Damn right. Well, cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, it was so much fun talking to Dustin. I had a blast. And yeah, really looking forward to like the next few weeks. We're coming up on 100 episodes, coming up on episode 175. Sorry, I'm tired. So that'll be fun. We also have the LA Independent Beer Fest coming up. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, there's going to be like over 70 breweries or 75 breweries. Like, what are you waiting for? Get your ticket, go over there, have a great time. If you run into me, say what's up. I will have some stickers. So if you see me out there, let's have a good time. But it's on June 6th. It's a Saturday, and it's at the Shoreline Park. I forgot what it's called. I'm in Long Beach, but it's so much fun. All right. Next week's episode is the Spindle Tap episode. And then I believe we got, gosh, I'm going to lose it because I forgot. I know Spindle Tap was obviously great. And then who else do I have here? I know we have Hops and Fog coming up. And obviously we got Dylan and Mother Road. I got to start loading up on some episodes. But yeah, I think for now, that's all I have. Oh, I'm going to be recording with Jeff Alvaro, the writer of the Beer Bible. I'm excited for that. Got a lot of stuff coming up. It's going to be a great time. All right. Well, I'm going to go make that coffee I talked about. So I hope you guys have a great week. Have a great Sunday. Watch some hockey, watch some baseball, enjoy some craft beer, and just have a good time. All right. Well, don't forget to support local, drink local, and find your beer. You hosers, cheer. I said cheer. Cheers.